Hello everyone, welcoming you all to another session of LD's Academy. Hope all of you are safe and healthy. I'm sure that you all are working very hard to give your best in your upcoming exam. So, while working hard, one more thing you need to keep in your mind is the today's quotation given by Jim Rohn. He stated, "Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment." So, along with hard work and sincerity, you need to be very disciplined in your work, and this will help you to reach to your destination and accomplish the goal that you want in your life. Okay, this is not applicable for your upcoming exam. In your later future, in various real life situations also, you will be finding this very beneficial. Okay, so let's start today's topic. The topic that I'm going to explain today is the second part of the topic that I have explained in my previous video, that is language and speech development of children. Many basic things that are related to speech development is already explained in the previous session. In today's session, I will tell you some more things. At the same time, I will explain you the characteristics of the speech development in children, how gradually a child learn become efficient in speaking. Okay, so let's start. So I will start with I will tell you, in my previous video I said you something about the essentials of communication. Let me tell you a little bit about the essentials in learning to speak. What are the essential conditions that are very important in learning to speak? That means the being the children, sorry, teachers, being the parents or any other elder members of the family, we must know all these essentials condition so that we can help the children to learn speaking. Okay, speaking any speaking language. Okay, any form of speech. The first thing is that, let me tell you one thing that actually I'm helping you to recall that in my previous video I said that formation of speech is a neuromuscular activity. So our nerve cells, that is the neurons, and our muscles must be matured enough so that they can contribute in speech mechanism. Until and unless the children are physically fit or physically ready to speak, they won't be able to speak. The vocal mechanism must be mature enough so that they can produce some sounds, and those sounds are ultimately needed to form words. So only another thing is that only physical maturation will not work. Okay, they also must be ready mentally. Okay, mental readiness is as important as physical readiness. Mental readiness depends upon the maturation of brain. Physical readiness depends upon the maturation of muscles and neurons, and mental readiness to speak depends upon the maturation of brain. And one more thing, let me tell you that there is no specific age when we can say that at this particular stage the child become efficient in learning. There is no such particular age, but we can the experts have given some approximate span of age within which a normal child who is physically and mentally fit should learn speaking. Okay, so according to the experts, 12 to 18 months of age are this particular age span when a child become ready to speak both physically and mentally. And this is the reason when we can we can teach the children how to speak, at the same time we can help them. So this particular stage when an adult can teach a child to learn speaking, this particular age is called as teachable moment, when parents or teacher, they can help the children to speak. Okay, so this is a very important thing. One must follow this essential conditions when we should wait for the child to become physically and mentally ready, which normally happens at this stage of age to speak. Next is that the child should be given proper opportunities for practicing. Sometimes what happen nowadays, most of us, we live in neutral families, both the parents, they are working, so children, they don't get opportunity to speak. That's why it is often seen that nowadays children are taken to the speech therapist, because they don't speak properly on time. So the thing is that it doesn't mean the child has some problem, he is mentally or physically unfit. The thing may be they are not getting proper opportunity to speak. That's why they are deprived of the opportunities to practice speaking, and that is why they are not being able to speak at in its appropriate age. Okay, so that is the reason that the it's the duty of the parents or the family members to uh, give the children that is proper opportunity to practice speaking. They should be motivated to speak. Okay, then what happen when they will be encouraged, when their spoken words will be that is loved by the other members of the family, they will get encouraged to speak more. And they should be guided by allowing them to pronounce the words very slowly but distinctly. Okay, and if the children make mistake in pronunciation of words, they should be that should be immediately corrected. Sometimes what happen, we love the children to speak in a very what to say, in a very that is pampering way, without proper pronunciation, without proper phonetics, because it makes us feel very lovable to the child. So we should not do that. If they make any mistake in formation of speech, they must be corrected immediately. Okay, so these are some essentials we must maintain while making the children learn to speak. Okay, now I will explain you the characteristics of the speech development. That means I am going to explain that at what particular age, what kind of, how actually the speech development take place in a stepwise and gradual manner, from one stage of age to another. Okay, okay. Let me tell you that the language development in children is at its peak between 3 to 6 years of age. Okay, by the end of 6 years, a child can utter almost 14,000 words. And a very, very important, and you can say that one of the chief characteristics of the childhood language development is the children, they can understand more words than they can speak. Some of the words they may not pronounce properly, some of the words they cannot utter properly, but that doesn't mean that they don't understand the meaning of those words. They understand the meaning of those words, but due to the process of maturation of the neuromuscular structure of their body, if it is under process, in that case they find difficulty in the utterance of the words. Okay, but they understand, they actually understand the meaning of those words. Okay, so the first stage is, as I said, that it is one word stage, where the children, they start, they simply utter single words. Okay, that one word stage, maybe they just call their parents as ma or as daddy. So these are some single words. They can take the name of their pets, they can call their elder brothers or sisters. That's how only one word, the starting of speech development starts with one word. Then after learning one word and then two word, they start learning the grammatical rules. Okay, okay, let me write. First stage is one word, and then it proceed towards utterance of two words. And as soon as they start learning two words, the next step is learning grammatical rules. That means suppose in place of in place of if there are number of toys, so instead of using the word toy, they they learn that it should be, if it is plural, there should be use of an s, and they uttered the word as toys. Okay, that's how simple grammar they start adding with that of the words. Okay, then gradually they replace the imitation process. Okay, and start adding something from their own. Okay, at the very first stage of learning to speak, it start with imitation. They try to simply imitate the words that are said by the other people surrounding them. But gradually, when they proceed towards further development of language, then instead the imitation process is replaced by their own thought process. Okay, they they learn the skill of modifying pronunciation, and they start using grammatical simple grammars while using the terms. Okay, so in that case, we being teachers and being parents, we must make them know if they are using grammar in a wrong way, if their pronunciation are not appropriate, if the grammatical rule that they are using are not appropriate, they should be immediately guided so that they can modify their pronunciation, they can correct the grammatical rules that they have start using in their verbal conversation. Okay, these are our responsibility, and we must that is perform all those responsibilities in a very responsible manner. Okay. Then stepwise, let me explain that normally speech development starts from the uh, as whatever I said about the learning of one or two words, addition of grammar, then that is pronounce the if to uh, pronounce the word properly. So all those things, it starts from the age of 2 and continues till 5 years of age. Okay, they in the later period of the childhood, they use complicated form of language. They can talk more maturely to the adult than that of the earlier days of their lives. Okay, so at the age of 3 to 4, first they understand what they hear. That means they start understanding the meaning that the other person try to communicate with them. Okay, so they understand the what they hear. That is very very important, and I said you, this is one of the most essential fact of communication. That means while communicating, first we should understand at what others are telling, but we need to understand what we hear. Okay, so that happens, and they are that by that time they have the vocabulary of 900 to 1000 words. Okay, and they the things become very very clear to them. Whatever words, whatever vocabulary they use, it's very clear. Okay, then they as I said you about some pre-speech things where repetition of syllables take place. So here what happened, the things become more refined, and they talk without repeating the syllables. That is very very important. The syllables of the words, they do not repeat at this particular stage. Okay, they pronounce much more correctly and clearly than that of the earlier days of their speech development. Then they can use 3 to 6 word sentences. Okay, little sentences become little longer. Earlier in the very preliminary stage of development, they use the words without using any verb, but here they can use the sentences having 3 to 6 words. Then they are very at this stage, they are very very curious, so they often ask question in such a way to whom they are asking the question, that person can understand very clearly. That means proper structure of the sentences they can make, so that it become understandable to others. Okay, at this time they also start telling small small stories. That means whatever they have experienced in the school, what their parents have brought in their tiffins, they can tell how mother behave with them in absence of father. So all those small small things they can do. But sometimes it can be observed some occasional stuttering or stammering in while speaking, but which is completely normal. We should not be that means worried about such things. Okay, next is 4 to 5 years of age. They after 3 to 4 years, they next stage, next the development uh, of the speech, it is little that is clearer and more refined than that of this age. Okay, so actually I need to that is this I need to clear this particular page, because by mistake no more page is there. So let me do. So while uh, watching the video, if you find the things are beneficial for you, you can immediately note, so that whatever things I am just clearing, you can note it down. Okay, so which is better actually. Okay, by the time, let me tell you that I'm really very grateful to you that you all are watching my video. My subscriber numbers of subscriber, though very slowly but increasing. So keep sharing the video to those who need this. At the same time, like and subscribe the channel, and in case of any kind of suggestions, you please suggest in the comment box. Okay, let's proceed to the next step, which is 4 to 5 years. Okay, how development of speech take place at this stage. Okay, so at this stage they can communicate very easily. That means without any without much effort, because they become very habituated in speaking by the time. So without much effort, they can uh, communicate with their classmates, or with their parents or other members of the families, then teachers also. And their vocabulary increase from 1500 to 2000 words. And they can now at this moment they can make the sentences with 6 to 8 words or more. Okay, and then they start using grammar wherever it is required in a very appropriate and correct way. And they ask innumerable question, because they become efficient in speaking. So whatever they think, that can be easily converted into speech. So whatever questions come in their minds, they immediately just ask. In earlier days, they took some time to bridge the gap between their own understanding and then the formation of speech, so that they can communicate with others. But at this stage, they become so efficient in speaking. Whatever questions come in their mind, immediately they translate or convert the thought into speech, and can ask in the form of questions. That is the reason they just innumerable questions they ask at this stage. Okay, they receive all vowels and consonant. They generally use very correct grammar. They can use descriptive words. They can use compound and complex sentences. So almost they become efficient in speaking. Okay, without, but the thing is that appropriate or essential conditions must be provided to them. They should not be provided to they should not be deprived of that is getting opportunities to speak. So if they are mentally, physically mature enough, if they are in their appropriate stage of speech development, at the same time if they are provided with a proper opportunity to speak, they will become master in speaking by the time, by the age of 6 years, when they they can their vocabulary, they have collection of almost what to say 18,000, sorry 14,000, as I said, 14,000 words. Okay. And there are very they are very keen to correct their own grammatical errors, mispronunciations, whatever they learned from the media, that means various sources, like by from their family members, from various that is media, like while watching TV. So all those things they that is observe very keenly, and accordingly they become very efficient in correcting their own grammatical errors, mispronunciations, and that is they become their complete that is development of speech become almost acquired by the age of 6 to 7 years. Okay. So they can speak anything they want. They become very efficient in communicating by using speech. Okay. So that's how a child, in a very stepwise and sequential manner, they develop their learning. So while writing the thing, you must that is use all the points that I have discussed in the previous video as well as in this particular video. I'm sure that it will help you to score good marks in your upcoming exam. So I'll wind up the video here with a great hope that you will like my video. It will benefit you, and please do take care of yourselves, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to get regular notification. And please share the video as much as you can. Okay, bye bye for now.